another part. I don't know if it's part 2. I don't know if it's part 3. I don't even know where I am. I'm home. That's thank God. But you know what I mean. So you realize that a lot of insecurity. So I'm asking you the following question. You know that somebody is better than you at your quality, right? Now, some delicious chicken. Fucking love chicken. Insecurities. Even know that I understand that the piece of living, his soul, is dying for me to eat this, right? But I'm the predator. I'm the one eating the meat. I don't care. And they're the prey. They're the one being eaten, so they do care. If the world were reversed, I would care, and they wouldn't. That's normal, right? I'm gonna separate them. That way, it seems like we have less to eat, because this is the second time we're cooking them. So after that, they're not gonna be as good. The quality is gonna get lower and lower and lower and lower, right? Just like life. So you're just brilliant. You're Magnus Carlsen of checkers. You're Magnus Carlsen and checkers. Possibly the best checkers players in the entire story. And when I say checkers, I mean chess, right? Thank God for thanking me. You could say it's an insecurity or a flaw. And then there's somebody along the way. A little Jane. A little Jane comes in. A little Jane comes in. And you present yourself. Hi, I'm Magnus Carlsen. What's your name? And you heard of this Jane, right? You heard of her. And she look at you in the eyes and say, I'm Jane Doe. Right? Well, this Jane Doe comes in. And she's a better chess player than you. Right? Right? And then she beats you. You're the world champion and she beats you. Now this Jane Doe is the best. What do? I wanna be nothing living all so long. You go back home. And you practice. You're trying to fix it. You're trying to fix that flaw. And you work You work so hard. You work so hard. And then there's another competition. There's another competition, you fight again. Magnus Carlsen versus Jane Doe, the revenge. And then once again, you're defeated. You're defeated. Like, holy shit. 2 times. But then, like, oh, I know what I did wrong. So you move on. And you go back home. Okay? You go back home. And then you practice again. And for the 3rd time, she beats you. And this time you give up. And this time you give up. And no, I'm not gonna beat her. There's no point. So this flaw becomes an insecurity. And you're stuck. What am I supposed to do? And then you give up. There's no point. I would rather fight for something than believe I can do nothing. And came in yesterday and told me, you realize I'm going to say something serious you need to joke after. And she was right. I need to do that. And I know I do that. It's a flaw. It is a flaw. It is a flaw that I need to do that because I should be assertive and say, hey, I don't have to joke. This is how I think. If you're not agreeing, you're agreeing. If you're not agreeing, fuck you. I don't care. Now, this is a flaw, but the insecurities are better than that. They're deeper than that. They hit you balls deep, and it shows an hole, right? And then you ask me, what are your insecurities, Ink? Well, my insecurities is not being able to accept a compliment. When I'm serious, I make a joke. When somebody compliments me, I compliment them. Like, because I hate myself. I don't hate myself. But I spend so much time not being in love with myself that I'm my own I'm my own abusive boyfriend. I'm my own toxic relationship. And I can't fix that. So you find a way to remedy the system. I can't accept your kindness. I'm gonna be kind to you. I'm gonna balance it out. So you weren't really nice to me. We're nice to each other. Now, ultimately, people don't realize that. She did. My reaction was, wow. That's true. Once again, my reaction wasn't, we should fix that. That's true. And yeah, something I miss. I'm in this very weird position where I know I have values, but I give myself values, right? And then people give me values. And sometimes it's negative. They're haters. And sometimes they're nice people. And I'm not used to it. So it affects me. It affects me. So I was talking about downs. You like the comment. Love. Whenever I have a drug, love hurts. Is there a new movie coming out? Love hurts. That's apropos, right? You know what I like food? Food doesn't judge me. Food doesn't care who I am. Food is this one person who compliments me every single day of my life. Food is that. Addiction. To food. Stop believing. Stop thinking. People are addicted to food. Stop thinking that. They're addicted to the feeling of food. I'm addicted to the feeling of food. There's a story I didn't tell you tonight. I should have told you. I wasn't gonna. But who's gonna make it through 3 hours of talking? Nobody. So, Elle I mentioned how she needed help. Please watch that guy. My reaction was negative. Because I was doing clips. What I'm not saying is how this guy acted. I'm just awkward. I'm breaking the ice. I'm there for a friend. This guy having this guy having technical issue. He's being rude with himself. Oh, he called himself a fucking loser. And I felt not pity, compassion. Because I called myself a fucking loser before. Not once, multiple times, right? I sympathize with him. And I'm like, hey, your friend loved you enough to recommend your stream. Wanted to check you out, you're loved, right? What this guy told me? I'm not buying. Fuck, you're selling. Now, ultimately speaking, I don't care because I don't know him. I wasn't there for him. I was there for her. To help her because she asked me. Because she never asked me anything. Yeah, okay. The fact that she asked, the fact that he acted like that and I defended her. See how I met N? You guys know how I met N. In another live, TikTok live, and he was in the live of the guy, and the guy was getting bullied, and I stepped in to stop the bullying. Right? And I explained to the guy how I was getting bullied because the people that are nice to him, the people that were playing nice with him, but bullying him, I stepped in. And then so we're like, oh, you're complicated, dude. You're mélangé. You're lost in thought. And then she came in, moving things out. Didn't forgive his behavior. And yeah. And then this guy tonight came to me after that. It was really nice. Hey, I followed your stream, dude. I followed you here, I followed you there. Can you follow me back? And I followed him back because I'm a nice guy. But in my head, you're still the asshole who was rude to me because he didn't know me. Right? Once again, innocent until proven guilty. You're still the asshole. I'm only nice to you because I'm nice to her. Right? And you need to understand that. Level up, baby! You don't understand that, but you don't. But then I'm gonna talk about insecurity, but talk about the other side of things. So I had a friend, and him I'm gonna name him. Cause fuck him. Okay? Am I going there? Well, I'm going there because this person hurt a lot of people. So his own sense of justice, his own Samael. Yeah, like Lucifer. And this guy, I related to him a lot because he was alone and he was in pain. And he was alone and he was talking to himself, and a lot of things that he would say was things that I've said to myself. Now he's younger, he's 26, I'm 31. A lot of his ID that he has are ID that I had myself. A lot of the doubt that he has are doubt that I had myself. We're very similar. Those doubts, those ID come from a maintained solitary position. So these are taught that you start asking yourself, am I the problem? Right? Am I the problem? It's like a fucked up relationship. The first time somebody cheats on you, like, fuck them. The second time somebody cheats on you, they're like, fuck them. So then you're like, am I the problem? Right? Even though you're not a problem. They're the problem, but you're allowing it. And that guy is like that, right? And I feel bad for him. So I'm there, and I'm staying with him, and then he's asking me to stay with him, and he's staying with him, and now every single day he's becoming live, and this guy starts battle with 0 people. He starts battle and his team with 0 people, and this guy he has a second phone, and this guy pressed his own screen, so he wins. Okay, and this guy gets mad at me because I wasn't tapping his screen, and he gave me shit. He gave me a lot of shit. Like, oh, you're un sankar, which means you're heartless. You say, oh, I know him. I'm gonna go on my videos and not leave a like. Bro, I follow 9,000 people. Right? I don't feel bad for them. When they're alone, I feel bad for you because I see myself in you. I see myself in as an older version of you. Trying to help you out because nobody helped me out. And that's your answer. I'm in your live right now. That's not enough. So I just leave. And I just leave. And then I left and I hear him say, oh, here goes my video and he's see. And then I stay in because I wanted to hear what he has to say about me. I don't know why. I don't know how. I don't know what pushed me to do that, right? But then there's another guy that comes in to bully him. And this other guy brings his friend in. They're bullying him because this guy's alone. So, of course, the bully mentality is the strong versus the weak, right? So they bully him, and they bully him, and they bully him, and they bully him, and they bully him. And, they're telling him, hey, want $20? Take eggs and break them on your head. They're making fun of him, right? Ultimately, I was supposed to be the guy that says, no, don't do it. You're dumb. Right? And then, there's a guy that I knew was in there to troll. That guy was too stupid to understand. Samuel was too dumb to understand that he was trolled. Right? And then they went far. They went really far. They called him a PDF, which is not true. They called him crazy, which is not true. They took control of his life. So the guy that was bullied said, hey, make me a mod. Because he was a mod, he took control of the life. And there were 20 people, at least, against him. 9 on top. Well, 8 on top because he counts 2. And the corner thing. And at least the people in the stream, in the live. One of those 20 people was me. Now, I didn't hate on him, I didn't insult him. But I was watching. And it kind of felt justified. Because he's been an asshole to me. And he was an asshole. But I watched a person get bullied. And didn't do shit. Now, I don't know what I should have done. I don't know what should I intervene? I should have just left. But is leading a problem alone is really the answer? Is calling a flaw insecurity really the answer? And I don't know. That was a nice high, honestly. It was a nice high. Yesterday was nothing, but today was really good. Really, really nice. You know what's the craziest thing? We started at 4 o'clock, 4:15. It is 4:15. It is 7 o'clock. That's 2 hours 45. That's 2 hours 45. So a little less than yesterday, but still. And it's nice because I get to talk, and I would never do a video like that. So there's details, but this is eye-opening because I'm so busy, and I feel bad about Anne. She's a good person. And then I have to say, does Anne feel a need, or is that something I want? And if it feels a need, it's not fair for her. Is that something that's complicated? If Anne feels a need, that's not safe for her. it's like that's not the case right now, right? Like I'm saying, I'm horny. I don't like that girl. She likes me. I'm gonna have sex with her. Which is something that I did before in my life. I can honestly say that. Treated people like shit. Right? And yeah, and it sucks. With her, she's filling up that need of stimulation. Right? I don't have enough stimulation. I don't stimulate myself. I spend my days filming videos, watching something in the background. I spend my days streaming, watching something in the background. And there's constant stimulation, but the stimulation is at a low level. Right? But then, I take breaks. So like I'm gonna watch Squid Game. Which was really good. I'm gonna watch Squid Game and I'm like, ugh, guess what? I should have done something better. Should have done something else, right? And I don't know. What I really feel bad about, what I really I really dislike is the situation. When Anne asked me, are you talking to other girls? I was so quick to... My first thought, and I'll be completely honest here. Maybe I shouldn't be, but I'll be completely honest. By the way, in case you didn't know, the sun is rising. The sun is rising. I'm gonna wait a couple minutes and we're gonna go check it out. Gonna be a beautiful sunrise, by the way. My first thought was to lie and say, no, you're not. You're the only one. That wasn't true. My second thought was to be honest. And then my answer hurt her, and my third thought was I feel bad because I hurt her, and that was not the plan. But that third thought wasn't a third thought. That third thought was reaction. Thought, reaction. Versus thought, right? So, the thought, error, which is thought, reaction, was a reaction. And if it was a thought was, why are you asking me that? Why are you asking me if I've talked to other girls? And it's such a complicated thing because I don't care if I've talked to other guys. Because I'm confident in myself. I'm confident in her, as stupid as it is to say. We don't know a lot about each other, right? But I stalked her Instagram page as a joke, but also true because she's beautiful. And I told her I'm 5'4" as a joke. And she said, "Are you really 5'4"? And I was like, "Yeah." And she said, and her answer was, "You don't mind if I'm taller than you?" My entire life, the majority of my life, my entire life, my answer would have been yes. I'm deeply self-conscious about my height. Deeply self-conscious. Cannot stand that people are taller than me. Cannot stand to always be the smallest person. I was born in the 90s and height, physicality was still a thing. But I was so confident. I don't care. Now, you know, it's a shame because it's a shame because my answer was no, I don't mind, but I didn't ask her if she minded, and that's a good thing because I didn't ask her if she minded because once again I didn't ask her if she minded because once again that was a comment of I'm self-confidence. And to me, self-confidence is important, but my self-confidence doesn't trump over her needs. Doesn't trump over her. Do you mind if I'm smaller than you? Right? We haven't talked about. Oh, it's complicated. We haven't talked about relationship, but we're acting relationshipy. You know. The thing I told her that I didn't tell people, and the thing that she told me that I don't think she told other people, and if she did, I don't care, but, you know, I don't know. We're so afraid of boundaries. We're so afraid of labels. Labels are such a tough thing to talk about. but then important. Vape kit, I could do it. The vape kit, I could do it. I'm gonna go against smoking a joint. I'm gonna go against smoking a joint. I don't think that should be on social media. I don't think it should be on social media. I don't know. And for the first time in my life, I'm thinking about not doing something on social media. Maybe the result of YouTube telling me, hey, you spread misinformation on medication. Am I being extra careful because I got caught? It's like a kid. It's like a kid, right? And that kid does something that he's not supposed to do. And he gets caught. And you tell him, you're not sorry that you did something, you're sorry that you got caught. Right? In a perfect world, the kid would know that doing this thing was wrong since day one. Since day one, it was wrong. Should have not done this. I was wrong to do this. That's pretty much it. But that's not the case. That's not always the case. So you know. I don't know. I don't know. See, this whole conversation was about insecurities. Maybe it's more about self-doubt. Because it all stems from the mental. And even if you have insecurities, it's more a question of what trumps the other. What's priority? You have an alcohol problem, so you go to the AAs. You have a drug problem, so you go to the NA. Narcotic Anonymous. There's a group for that. You have a self-harm problem. You go to the self-harm group. You have an eating disorder group. You have an eating disorder. You go to the eating disorder group, right? And that's her job. She's a intervenant in English. Intervenant. I don't know what that is, but she helps youth. I say young people, but she's my age, so we're still young, right? It's weird because I could blame the gummies, I could blame the edible, but making a video that's this long, 3 hours, is lo and behold a form of vulnerability. When's the last time I talked to a person like that? I don't know. You have no clue. No, I think it matters, right? But I'm not. I think the main insecurity that I have is I feel like the main insecurity. I don't know what the fuck to do. I don't know what the fuck I want. I've been telling you guys that I want to make content for years now, and ultimately that's the truth, right? That is the truth. I want to make content. That's a hobby. That's a passion. That's a dream. If making content did save my life, because it did save my life, I was gonna not once, multiple times. Making content saved my life. If it didn't save my life, would I want to do that? I get message. I was gonna read that message, but no, that's too personal. I got a message about 3 weeks ago. I saw a video. That broke my heart at the comment. I saw a video of a girl talking about on YouTube. I don't know her. She's a complete stranger. But she did a video where she talked about self-harm and unaliving herself, right? And she was talking about that and that's unaliving herself. And I said, hey, time heals all wound, which I truly believed. And she wrote to me. Now, I said this story before. As she said, hey, you really helped me out. Thanks to you, I didn't go all the way. But that's not the truth. She went to my page thinking I didn't know what the fuck I was talking about. And then she watched a video and she got lucky because one of the videos that I had was a video was talking about depression, right? And she knew that I knew what I was talking about. And now she said that she told me that I saved her life. That's a lot of pressure. But I didn't. She doesn't say your video saved my life. You saved my life. So it's the fact that I was in the same pain as her saved her life. It's the fact that I somehow made her feel like she wasn't alone saved her. Or was I? The advice that I gave, the video that I give, the way that I talk to people, that's what saved her. And ultimately, does it matter what saved you? Does it really matter? Or is it maybe the fact that, no, you're still alive, that's all that matters? And I don't know. I don't know. Because ultimately, you want to help people. Right? And there's the... Psychologically speaking, there's a lot of that going on. So there's this savior complex, the survivor complex. Savior complex is where you feel like you're the only one that can help people. Survivor complex is you feel bad because you're the only one surviving, right? So maybe I feel bad because I'm still alive when people that I know, personally I know, that unalive themselves, and I still feel alive. And I fought, and I fought, and I fought. And instead of being proud of me fighting, right, I feel bad for them because they didn't fight enough. Maybe it's a savior complex where I helped a person and I think I can help somebody else. So I'm going to pinpoint people. Maybe that's what I like about Elle. I'm going to her page and I see that she's sad and I want to be the knight in shining armor. Knight in shining armor was something in story of old. I hear Jerusalem bells are ringing, Roman cavalry choirs. They're saying, look how old they are. A missionary in a foreign field. For some reason I can't explain. I know St. Peter won't call my name. Tell me the name of the song and the lyrics in the comments. I'll be very proud of you. You know, I'm still here. I feel guilty about that. Feel guilty because I was not more deserving, right? And then you say, yeah, but you fought for it. You're deserving of life because you fought for it. Maybe it wasn't courage. Maybe it wasn't a good work ethic. Maybe the fact that I fought was because I was stubborn. How often does people refer to stubborn as a quality? But this flaw saved my life. Those people that unalive themselves, my friends that unalive themselves, my friends, were not stubborn as me. They had more redeeming quality than I. Not here, right? Maybe I see Elle as a victim. See, Elle, she's too nice. She's gonna help people. She does a lot for people, but nobody does anything for her. That feeds into my ego of savior complex. I'm gonna help you out, dude. I'm gonna help you out. I'm the one guy who gives a shit. That's not true. But then is the fact that I'm imposing my help. Is that hopeful or, dude, you're imposing yourself? That's not cool. I don't know. I have no clue. I'm gonna show you outside because it's beautiful. And I'm gonna think about it together. I'm not gonna stop filming until 7:30, which is the normal rise of the tide. You know, we're gonna have to. We did 3 hours today. We did 4 hours yesterday. My biggest, not necessarily regrets, but my biggest problem with what happened tonight was Anne was hurt. That's a reaction. I don't know her trauma. But just like a kid, I was caught. I'm using the term just like a kid a lot because that's your blueprints. We're different, right? Or are we? We were all kids. From different places, of course, but different kids. Still trying to learn something, still trying to survive in this world of adults. Right? And I don't know a trauma, but just like a kid. I think we all did that once, at least once. I hope so. Where your parents say, hey, did you do that? Yeah, I did. I got in trouble. And then you think, why didn't I tell them I did that? I'm not going to tell them next time. And then there's this classic deny. Always deny. My father was a weird man, my father. My father would give me shit, but then tell me how he understood that I did it. So, for example, again, a kid. The concept. A kid who has his mouth full of chocolate. And you say, hey, did you eat that cake? Not me. You're full of chocolate. Yeah? That's you. I don't know. My father would tell me, hey, I know that you did this because of that. And I never understood why he did that. Because the message was, this is how you got caught. Don't get caught. Maybe my father's a cocky guy. He's very arrogant. Maybe it was his way of saying, I got you because of that. This is how good I am. This is how superior I am. Most likely not. See, I mentioned that I didn't like... I grew up hating my stepmom. Never finished that story. I hated my stepmom because she never felt like an authoritative figure to me. She was another adult sharing her life. I was like, do something. Be someone, you know? But she didn't have to prove shit to me. And it was my place to ask her to prove herself. But I did. I didn't. I don't know why I did it, but I did. Chocolate. And yeah, I don't know. She had my father's life and she made him happy. But she always felt in her corner. She always felt like she was very, not necessarily quiet, but very reserved. Reserved is a good word. And you know that she's very reserved, and you're like, why is she so reserved? And you say, maybe because my father takes a lot of place. Right? And then insecurity will tell you, because my father's like that, I'm going to be like that. Yesterday, I mentioned a lot of male role model. But I never understood why they were so important to me. For a guy. It's going to be very hard to talk about. They're going to be very taboo, very controversial. So I'm gonna think about if I want to say it or not. I'm going to take you to go outside to check out the weather. The sunrise. Wakey. Lemon squeezy. There's no lemon to squeeze, but we're wakey.